ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम जय ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम जय ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम जय ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, 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 Om Shri Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, pranams to you all. June month 2023, the Vision magazine of Ashram. Bhagavad Gita, the fountain of peace eternal. Peace stands for tranquility, equanimity, calmness, quietude, serenity, positive indifference, freedom from disturbance, anxiety, distress, conflict, depression, and dispiritedness. All masters, based upon their experiences, have unanimously declared that unless the intellect practices sensory discipline, unless we practice the intellect, practices sensory discipline, woke to the subtle and mysterious power, the Atman, through a meditative approach, there cannot be peace, and without peace, there cannot be happiness. Only when peace is there, happiness is possible, otherwise it is not. It is not possible. So discipline of the senses practicing is important. What are our senses? Yes. The eye, the external senses and internal, both are there, no? So the ear, the eye, skin, then tongue, taste, no? Then five sense organs, no? What are they? Eye, ear, nose, tongue and touch. That is nose means smell. Smell. So all these need to be disciplined. Means we should not become slaves to them. Whatever they ask, we should not try to give. We should try to control. What is needed, it should be given. Some Mahatma said, food should be taken as a medicine to survive, God. Swami Ranganathanandaji said, without Shanti, where is happiness? Without Shanti, where is happiness? Mind is constantly in a disturbed condition. Then, where is happiness? Happiness is a wonderful state. You are serene, you are calm, you are fulfilled. Then only happiness comes. So when we are serene, calm, fulfilled, then only happiness comes. Therefore, if happiness is the objective, you have to handle this mind. To handle the mind, you have to handle the sensory system, which is below the mind. Then a disciplined inner life sets in. Then the disciplined inner life is possible to set in. Points from the chapter-wise study of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. With this perspective, as prompted by him from within, a chapter-wise study of the Bhagavad Gita was undertaken and the following points emerged. Chapter 1. Any conflict in action which denies the presence of peace. Any conflict in action which denies the presence of peace stems from the feeling of me and mine. That is the main point, first chapter. That is where the Dhritarashtra says, what are my people and what are Pandu children are doing there. That is how he separates. He shows the separateness, otherness. Papa used to say, sense of otherness sets limit to illimitable. Chapter 2. To get over this conflict, one has to operate from a mental state of equanimity. To get over this conflict, one has to operate from a mental state of equanimity along with the deep contemplation on the transient nature of the sense of me and mine encased in the body. Here comes the relevance of values, control of the senses, not expecting the fruits of actions, not expecting the fruits of actions. That means while performing all our duties, actions, whatever work we do. So while working, our attitude should be Ishwararpana Buddhi. Means as an offering, we should do our all activities. Family, profession, society, wherever we are placed there by that power called God. And the power to do any action is also given by Him. Because of He is seated within us, because of His power we are able to act. So when we are doing any action, we should remember it is He who is making me do. It is His power which is making me to do. And whatever I offer to Him, whatever I do, it is given by Him only. Because when we came from mother's womb, we did not bring anything. Everything is provided by that higher power called God. So we are only offering his to him only. Whatever is provided by him, again we are giving it to him only. So nothing belongs to me. Everything belongs to him only. So, O Lord, I am nothing, you are everything. And we are blessed because he has chosen us an instrument to serve him in this form. So we are only an instrument in his hands. So we have nothing of ours. So everything is his. Tera tujko arpan. So with that bhavana, with humility, we should be able to offer all our activities. Then it will become worship or divinized. Work becomes karma, becomes karma yoga. Yoga means union with the Lord, with the God. So control of the senses, not expecting the fruits of actions. Then whatever the fall comes, result comes, we should accept as prasada. It has come from him. He is the giver of the prasada as per the law of the nature, nature's law, God's law, the results will come. So it is a dukkha, it is a prasad, it is a sukha, that is also as prasad. Excellence in all actions. Whatever we do, we should excellently do it. Perfection should be there. Dedicating everything to him. So whatever I do, I should dedicate to him. It is his and for him only. It is he who is making me to do. Dedicating everything to him, God, who is the great provider. It is only then that peace emerges from within. Then my mind is not disturbed. It is filled with full of gratitude. Then mind becomes serene, one-pointed, perfectly calm. Then in that condition I will be able to feel my real nature. We will be able to stay in our real nature called peace. Chapter 3. Nobody can exist without performing actions. Converting all actions into offerings unto him is called karma yoga. Whatever I do, manasa, vacha, karmana, everything I should offer to him. This will ultimately bring peace. Even if I do like that, everything as an offering to him, my mind becomes calm, quiet, and peace is experienced. Chapter 4. It is only by erasing the sense of doership from all our thoughts, words, and deeds can peace be experienced. So till I keep the doership, then I will not be able to experience the peace. So if we want to experience the peace, what we have to do? We should always remember it is God who is making me to do. It is he who is doing. He is the doer, he is the enjoyer. Oh Lord, I am nothing, you are everything. That we should try to bring into our mind. In all our thoughts, feelings, everything, that bhavana should be there. Chapter number 5. While dealing on these lines, a doubt might arise and make us think, instead of going through the above process, why not relinquish the conflict-ridden action itself by moving away from the common field of action, which is normally understood as sannyas. This is not possible for all, because even if the external field is renounced, the mind with all its pulls and pushes remains the same. We may externally renounce, but internal mind, mind will be same, and it will be with us wherever we go, whatever we do externally, but mind, mind will be with us. This is not possible for all, because even if the external field is renounced, the mind will, with all its pulls and pushes, remains the same. Only a few can overcome this hurdle. So, the option for the ordinary persons is to change the attitude towards the actions on the lines of Karma Yoga. So, first what we have to do, that's why Lord also kept Karma Shatkam first, next Bhakti Shatkam, then only Gnana Shatkam. So, we have to practice karma as yoga, divinize all our activities. From the time we wake up till night we go to bed, whatever I think, whatever I talk, whatever I do, everything should be dedicated to Lord. With gratitude and love we should be able to do it. Then mind becomes calm, quiet, serene. So attitude, right attitude. What is the right attitude? With the dedication we should do. That is right attitude. So the option for the ordinary persons is to change the attitude towards the actions on the lines of Karma Yoga, which is dedicating all actions to the Lord and thus experiencing peace. Chapter number 6. Needless to mention, sense control, one-pointedness, moderation and equanimity, followed by practice and dispassion, help in actualizing Karma Yoga. So what all is needed? Sense control, we have already seen senses control. Then one-pointedness, mind should become exclusion of all other thoughts. That's why Papa says Ram Nam mantra. If we are going on chanting Nirantara Namasmarana, chanting constantly, that means we are trying to hold on to one thought of Ram Nam, exclusion of all other thoughts. Then if we are able to regularly, if we practice for a longer period of time, Papa says slowly the mind will learn a technique and skill, and it becomes a habit to the mind to hold on to one thought of chanting, exclusion of other thoughts. Then one-pointedness comes. Then moderation in sleep, food, then work. All should be done moderately. We should not overeat, we should not starve, we should not do more work, we should not do less work. We should also sleep, we should not sleep more, we should not sleep less. So moderation will help us in our sadhana. And equanimity, samatvam yoga uchyate, equanimity in all, Sukha comes, I won't elate and get then dukkha comes, I won't get depressed. Both we will take it equally. Somebody prizes, I won't jump and then think, no. Then at the same time somebody criticizes, we should not get dejected. So both are same. Somebody comes and praises, okay. Somebody comes and criticizes, both are equal to us. We should not get disturbed. Then followed by Abhyasa and Vairagya, help in actualizing Karma Yoga. Then karma becomes yoga, thereby leading to peace. Keep the door open. Why the door is kept closed? Just keep the door open only. Open. So that people will know satsang is going on. Thank you. Hari Om. So needless to mention, sense control, one-pointedness, moderation and equanimity, followed by practice and dispassion, abhyasa vairagya, help in actualizing Karma Yoga, thereby leading to peace. Chapter number 7. Probing into the source of all creations, including Maya, the life force, the eternal seed of all creation, gunas, etc., offers clarity on the varied manifestations. Probing into the source of all creation. What is the source of sources? That subtle, mysterious power, one Lord, one God, the great power, the great provider, including Maya, the life force, the eternal seed of all creation, gunas, etc., offers clarity on the varied manifestations. Bhakti, devotion to God, as expressed by 4 types of devotees: Arthis, Ardhardis, Jignasus, and Jnanis. Is an easily, 4 type of bhaktas are explained, no? So, is an easily relatable method to realize the God dimension. Of these 4 types of devotees, becoming a Gnani is the safest passport for ultimate. So, we should become Jnanis. Then chapter 8, we know no 4 types of devotees are there. Some people know as soon as some problem comes, they pray, they get relief, then they forget again till next. Some people know for wealth and all, for all those things they pay. Then some people they are interested, jignasu, they would like to know more about God, sadhakas type. Then last is gnani, self-knowledge, who really I am. Chapter 8, God, the power behind everything, is eternal. At the same time, our sense of individuality, comprising of the body, mind, intellect complex, that is BMI, and all forms and creations are transient. Change. We were children, then we became youth, we became middle-aged, then we became old age. Again, going on changing. No? Body is changing. Mind, thoughts are changing. When we are children, different way of thinking. When we grow, little different. So many changes, Thoughts keep on changing. Ideas keep on changing. So if we are not alert about this fact, we will associate ourselves with our transient identity and the world at the superficial level. So we should know all these are transient, perishable, changing. Dukkhalayam asashvatam. So that we should go on, remind ourselves. Otherwise, we will get caught into this world. If we are not alert about this fact that it is transitory, all creation and forms, we will associate ourselves with our transient identity, that is with body, mind and intellect, and the world at the superficial level. Only through constant remembrance of the eternal nature of that power, only through constant remembrance of the eternal nature of that power and the ephemerality of the creations can we ensure peace. So always remembering the power behind our words coming, thoughts coming, and then everything, whatever activities are going on, because of that power of God within us. Otherwise we are a dead body. So remembering that. And another thing what we have to remember, all these are perishable, transitory, changing, change goes on, changes. So both we should remember. Only through constant remembrance of the eternal nature of that power and the ephemeral reality of the creations can we ensure peace. Chapter 9, absolute surrender to the supreme power is the royal path in spirituality. Absolute surrender. Surrender means what do we surrender? What do we renounce? What do we surrender? Our ego need to be me and mine. Doership, enjoyership. Doership and enjoyership we need to surrender to the Lord, because it is He who is acting through me. I am only an instrument in His hands. That remembrance. Constantly I should remember that it is He who is making me to do, and with His power the actions are taking place. I am not the doer, I am not the enjoyer. O Lord, I am nothing, you are everything. Absolute surrender to the supreme power, the subtle mysterious power which is seated in our hearts as indwelling reality inside, all pervading reality outside. Absolute surrender to the supreme power is the royal path in spirituality. Handing over that sense of doership, enjoyership, sufferership and ownership. Not only doership and enjoyership, sufferership, enjoyership also we need to, and ownership to the indwelling and all pervading reality is the expressway to peace. Then we will fast reach, then experience the peace. That means His presence. So what all we need to surrender? Doership, enjoyership, sufferership, ownership. So whom to surrender? The indwelling and all pervading reality, not this person or that person. We should surrender to that power, higher power, which is there in all our hearts. As indwelling reality within, all pervading reality without. Chapter 10. Becoming aware of the grandeur of the reality is an aid in the spiritual journey. The vast creation is like God's book. The vast creation in front of our eyes is like God's book. Everywhere in the book, the name of the Lord is written in beautiful letters. He is expressing in the form of creation, in all names and forms. When we start seeing Him in the grandeur of His manifestations, automatically peace sets in. So whatever is seen by my vision, everything is nothing but that power. If that power is not there, existence is not possible. Anything is existing, it is He, nothing but He. That's why Mataji always used to say, Idana Papa, this is also Papa, this is also Papa, this is also Papa, this is also. Each article, anybody, anything, everything is nothing but He. Without Him, nothing can exist. Existence is not possible. If we practice like that, then peace is possible. Chapter number 11. By dwelling on His all-inclusive form, by relating everything, good, bad, beautiful, ugly, positive, negative, constructive, destructive, all pairs of opposites, by dwelling on His all-inclusive form, by relating everything, that is good, bad, beautiful, ugly, positive, negative, constructive, destructive, all pairs of opposites, to Him, we become free from hesitations, and this results in experiencing peace. So ugly also the source is He. Beautiful also the source is He only. We forget. Positive also source is He. From Him only positive is coming. From Him only negative also is coming. So constructive work also He is only. Destructive also He is only. So whatever pairs of likes, dislikes, everything opposites, everything is He. He is the source of all. Usually we think, how can they do? Then the mind gets agitated. Then peace is not possible. If we accept and start seeing, oh, it is He who is there behind. Behind the beauty, He is there. We appreciate. Behind the ugly also He is there. Good also is there, in bad also he is there. Both are sources, from him only all is emerging. Chapter number 12. Having understood him as everyone and everything, one cannot but interact with love and compassion towards all. Once we realize it is he who is there behind everything, behind all, whatever is happening. So, having understood him as everyone and everything is nothing but the subtle, mysterious power God. One cannot but interact with love and compassion towards all. Once we understand that, we can't but we love everybody, we serve everybody, we are compassionate towards all. This in turn leads to peace within and without. If we understand in everything and everyone, it is he who is seated in the form of life principle. So we should remember this. We may hear, then when we go out, when we interact with individuals and events, we forget. That is the problem. Chapter number 13. Studying the inseparable relationship between the sense of individuality, the kshetra. Studying the inseparable relationship between the sense of individuality, the kshetra, and the reality within kshetrajna. And reiterating the transient nature of the BMI, body, mind, intellect, the immutable reality strengthens the eternal values like humility, modesty, non-injury, forbearance, uprightness, service to the Guru, purity, steadfastness, self-control, dispassion, equanimity, etc., all of which help in unearthing the latent peace within. If we observe all this, then peace within we will be able to experience. Chapter number 14. Deeply contemplating on the genesis of the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, which are responsible for the nature of the sense of individuality and feeling of separateness from others, reduces the stress caused by our interaction with events and individuals. So, because of the gunas, three gunas, everyone is behaving like this. Sense of individuality is acting as per the gunas. So none is responsible for anything which is going wrong. So gunas are acting in gunas. So deeply contemplating on the genesis of the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, which are responsible for the nature of the sense of individuality and feeling of separateness from others. That is what the gunas make to feel separateness. Then reduces the stress caused by our interaction with events and individuals. We don't find fault with others. Because of guna, he has behaved. It's not that purposely he is behaving with me like this. Peace can be had only by knowing that he, the core of our being, is separate from the gunas. Peace can be had only by knowing that he, the core of our being, is separate from the gunas. The power, subtle, mysterious power is separate from these gunas. He is only a sakshi. All are happening in his presence. Chapter number 15. Deep introspection on the creation, its cause and the supreme power, who is the substratum of both, can alone reveal that everything happens only by the will of that supreme power. This knowledge ensures peace. So whatever is happening, it is happening by his will and power. The ultimate, the supreme power. Because of him only everything going on, because of his will. Deep introspection on the creation, its cause, and the supreme power who is the substratum of both can alone reveal that everything happens only by the will of that supreme power. Papa always says, no, whatever is happening, it is happening by his will alone, for our ultimate good, which we can't understand. Chapter number 16. Very often there is a tussle in our mind between the upward and downward pulling tendencies, our lower nature and higher nature. Commitment to practicing personal, social and spiritual values helps maintain equanimity and peace at all times. So values, holding on to values will help us. Then chapter number 17. None of us can live like islands. We are all interconnected and interdependent. So our sense of individuality can be used as a means to faithfully pay back to Mother Nature and society through yajna, dana and tapas. Peace becomes everlasting when our environment is also peaceful, in and around, whatever is happening. I can't keep quiet, isn't it? I should do whatever is possible, I am able to do, to help the society and in and around. Then chapter number 18, to have the final liberation, that is the realization of peace eternal, the development of total surrender of the sense of individuality to the supreme reality is necessary. This is what we should surrender. Our sense of individuality means our ego to the supreme power. For this, an elaborate study of the gunas, respect for the division of labor that ensures the healthy existence of society, and finally the recognition that all of life is a prescripted play of the divine. All our life is prescripted play of that divine. The God is the director, we are all actors. Every one of us has been assigned roles by that power called God. So none need to be blamed. Everyone is prescripted. Their script is given by God. The director called God, called the director, has given the script to all. Usually we think that the other person is telling us something and all. It's not that, because that is the role assigned by God to that person. And that is the script dialogue given by the God to him. He will only deliver that. He will not deliver the dialogue given by me, because he can't do it. The script is under the control of the God, the higher power. If I understand this, if I don't misunderstand, good relationship is maintained, peace is maintained. What is my aim is to maintain my inner peace 24 hours, 365 days. My priority in life is to maintain my inner peace and happiness. Why should I have that is the priority? Because when I am peaceful and happy inside, I can think right. When we can think right, right action comes out of us, which is useful to us and to the society. Whenever we are agitated, disturbed, wrong thinking takes place. wrong action comes out of us, which is harmful to us and to the society. That is the reason our priority should be to maintain our inner peace and happiness. When we are peaceful, we go deeper within ourselves. Creativity comes out of me. Success comes out of me in any field I am placed. And when we are peaceful, whoever comes into our contact, the peace is spread like a fragrance. That means it's not only I am becoming a useful instrument, I am creating also many useful instruments. Suppose I am hesitated, I am sitting, whoever comes into my contact, the hesitation also spreads. Wrong thinking takes place in them also. Wrong action will come out, which is harmful to them and to the society. So that is the reason our priority should be to maintain our inner peace and happiness. All other things are secondary. What people will think, what happens, that is secondary. First thing is to maintain our inner peace and happiness. That is possible only when I understand rightly the creation. Otherwise it is not possible. Accepting everybody with love cheerfully, because it is a play. All are actors. God called the director, has given the script. Each one is trying to bring out their best in this play as an actor. That understanding. We forget, we fail. But Papa says Nama chanting will help us. That's why Nirantara Namasmarana, remembrance of God, that will help us to remember and hold on to peace. So our nature is peace. Our nature is happiness. It's not that I am happy, I am happiness. I am peace. Peace is not going to come from somewhere. We will be searching for peace and happiness always outside. Outside it is not available. My nature is that. But we are coming out of the nature. Disturbance is created. That is the reason peace is not felt. Now again what we are trying to do is, we are trying to remove the disturbance. Then we will be in our original nature. Our original nature is peace and happiness. That is why in maintaining our inner peace and happiness, that only is the best seva we do for anybody. So to have the final liberation, that is the realization of peace eternal, the development of total surrender of the sense of individuality to the supreme reality is necessary. So doership, enjoyership, sufferership and ownership, everything we should hand over to Him. We should surrender to Him. It is He who is seated within me, is making me do everything, and He is the doer. O Lord, I am nothing, you are everything. Tera tujhko arpan. I have nothing. I came empty handed, I go empty handed. Everything is given by you. Everything belongs to you. Nothing belongs to me. Even the power to do anything, to act, is yours. Without you, I have no existence. I am a dead body. God is seated in all of us in the form of life. When life leaves, we become dead body. It is He who is making us to do. Though we know, we forget. So we should pray to Him. That is what Papa Mataji says, pray to Him, pray to Him. For this, an elaborate study of the gunas, respect for the division of labor that ensures the healthy existence of society, and finally, the recognition that all of life is a prescripted play of the divine is necessary. In other words, we should become zero. O Lord, I am zero. Let there be the Lord and Lord alone in the universe, who is peace eternal. Tu hi tu, mai nahi. I am not there, only you are there. So the one predominant hunger of the soul is for absolute peace and bliss. You can have this peace and bliss only when your mind rests on the bosom of the infinite reality. So a constant contemplation or thought of the great truth, whose attributes are immortal bliss and peace, can alone completely satisfy the yearning of the soul. The one predominant hunger of the soul is for absolute peace and bliss. You can have this peace and bliss only when your mind rests on the bosom of the infinite reality. So our mind should go back and rest at its own center, Hridaya, in the heart center. It is coming out, then disturbance. Again and again it is coming out. So it should go back and rest. So a constant contemplation or thought of the great truth, whose attributes are immortal bliss and peace, can alone completely satisfy the yearning of the soul. Swami Ramdas, those are the words of Papa. Now some slokas are identified from Bhagavad Gita on peace. Slokas on peace from the Bhagavad Gita. The slokas in the Bhagavad Gita are pregnant with profound truths, which when reflected upon enable us to get a peep into the inexhaustible treasures contained within its pages. A few slokas highlighting peace are reproduced here. Bhagavad Gita is there? Chapter number 2, sloka number 64. Chapter number 2, sloka number 64. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso hyasu buddhi paryavatishtate. The self-controlled person, moving among objects with his or her senses under control and free from both attraction and repulsion, attains peace. So Lord Krishna says, chapter number 2, sloka number 64, the self-controlled person, moving among objects. It's not that he will go away from objects. He may be amidst of the objects, but still, because self-controlled, all senses are controlled. With his or her senses under restraint, are free from both attraction and repulsion. He won't get attracted, he won't get repulsive feeling. Attains peace. If we are like that, then we will attain peace. That is what Lord says. Then sloka number, chapter number 2, sloka number 65. Sorry, we have read 65, sloka number 65. 64 is different, sorry. So 64 we read 65, so wrongly we have read, okay. Now the chapter number 2, sloka number 64 is Raga Dvesha Viyuktaistu Vishayanendriyaicharan Atma Vaishar Vidheyatma Prasadhamadi Gacchati. This is 64. Sorry, this is wrongly read. Raga Dvesha Viyuktaistu Vishayanindriyaischaran Atma Vaishar Vidheyatma Prasadhamadi Gacchati. The self-controlled person, Raga Dvesha Viyuktaistu, the self-controlled person, moving among objects with his or her senses under control and free from both attraction and repulsion, attains peace. Now 65. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso hyasu buddhi paryavatishtate. The divine grace comes peace through which all sorrows are annihilated. By divine grace comes peace. Peace comes to all of us by His grace. Bhagavan's grace, through which all sorrows are annihilated. The intellect of a person who has such a tranquil mind soon becomes firmly established in the self. So mind is calm, quiet and tranquil, then intellect soon becomes firmly established in the self. If mind is disturbed, it is not possible. Then chapter number 2, sloka number 66. This sloka is called Charma sloka, very, very important sloka. Chapter number 2, sloka number 66. Nasti buddhirayuktasya nachayuktasya bhavana nacha bhavayata shanti ashantasya kuthas sukham. This is chapter number 2, sloka number 66. But an undisciplined person who has not controlled the mind and senses can neither have a resolute intellect nor steady contemplation on God. For one who never unites the mind with God, there is no peace. So we should get connected to God, then only peace is possible. If our mind is roaming around in the world and worldly objects, peace cannot be had. So mind should go back to its center. For one who never unites the mind with God, there is no peace. And how can one who lacks peace be happy? When peace is not possible, happiness is also not possible. Detailed explanations we will go through. First we will go through the meanings, okay, today. Then one by one sloka, in depth we will go later. Chapter number 2 again, sloka number 70. Apurvamanam achala pratishtam samudramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti na kamakami. Translation. Just as the ocean remains undisturbed by the insistent flow of waters from rivers merging into it. So many rivers come and get merged into the ocean, but ocean won't get disturbed. Likewise, the sage who is unmoved despite the flow of desirable objects all round him attains peace. Likewise, the sage who is unmoved despite the flow of desirable objects all round him attains peace, and not the person who strives to satisfy desires. So he is unmoved, he is like a ocean. So whatever comes, whatever goes, he won't get disturbed, the sage who is established in the self. Then chapter number 4. Chapter number 4. Chapter number 4, sloka number 39. श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानं तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्तिमचिरेणाधिगच्छति. Those whose faith is deep and who have practiced controlling their mind and senses attain divine knowledge. Through such transcendental knowledge, they quickly attain everlasting supreme peace. Those whose faith is deep and who have practiced controlling their mind and senses. So controlling the mind and senses is very, very important point. Then that type of person, controlling their mind and senses, attain divine knowledge, the jnana, the self knowledge, who really we are. We are that power of God, not the body, mind and intellect equipment. Through such a transcendental knowledge, they quickly attain everlasting supreme peace. Next is chapter number 5, sloka number 12. Chapter number 5, sloka number 12. युक्तः कर्म फलं त्यक्त्वा शान्तिमाप्नोति नैष्टिकीम् आयुक्तः कामकारेण फले सक्तो निबध्यते. Offering the results of all activities to God. Offering the results of all activities to God, the karma yogis attain everlasting peace. Whereas those who, being impelled by their desires, work with a selfish motive, become entangled because they are attached to the fruits of their actions. So we should, because he is the doer, everything should go back to him. We should not keep it. So selflessly we should do. Means what? Whatever I am doing, it is an offering to Lord, it is worship to Lord. Whatever results comes, it is prasada from him. So everything need to be offered to him. We should not keep anything to us. Sloka number 5, chapter number 5, sloka number 29, same chapter. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhrodam sarva bhutanam Natva mam shanti mruchati. Those whose faith is Sorry, wait. Where are we? Sloka 5th, no? 5th is over. 5th 29. Okay. Having realized me as the enjoyer of all sacrifices, having realized me as the enjoyer of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme Lord of all the worlds and the selfless friend of living beings, my devotee attains peace. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhrudam sarvabhutana gnatva mam shanti mruchati. So having realized me as the enjoyer of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme Lord of all the worlds and the selfless friend of all living beings, my devotees attain peace. Then chapter number 6, sloka number 7. Jitatmana prashantasya paramatma samahitaha Sitoshna sukha dukkeshu tatha manapamanayoho. The yogis who have conquered the mind rise above the dualities of cold and heat, joy and sorrow, and honor and dishonor. Such yogis remain peaceful and steadfast in their devotion to God. The yogis who have conquered the mind, so who has controlled their mind, they will rise above the pair of opposites, dualities. Then for them cold and heat is same, joy and sorrow, honor and dishonor, they won't get disturbed. They will be able to maintain that equanimity. Such yogis remain peaceful and steadfast in their devotion to God. Chapter number 6, sloka number 15, 1-5. Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi niyatamanasaha shantim nirvana paramam massamstha adigacchati. Thus constantly keeping the mind absorbed in me, the yogis of disciplined mind attains nirvana and abides in me in supreme peace. Next is chapter number 9, sloka number 30. Chapter number 9. Sloka number 30. Api chet suduracharah bhajate mamananya bhak sadhureva samantavyah samyagyavasito hi saha. Api chet suduracharah bhajate mamananya bhak sadhureva Antanya nasana ఇది ఒక్క నిమిషం. अपि सुदुराचारः भजते मामनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यग्यवसितो हि सः. Even if the Vilest sinners worship me with exclusive devotion. They are to be considered righteous because they have made the proper resolve. Then 931. क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा शाश्वच्छान्तिं निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्तः प्रणश्यति. Quickly they become virtuous and attain lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that no devotee of mine is ever lost. God is promising, He is giving the assurance, my devotee will never perish. Then, if we are devoted to God, we will never perish. Then chapter number 12. Sloka number 12. श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागः त्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्. श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात् ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागः त्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्. Better than mechanical practice is knowledge. Better than knowledge is meditation. Better than meditation is renunciation of the fruits of actions. For peace immediately follows such renunciation. Then chapter number 18, last chapter, sloka number 62. तमेव शरणं गच्छ सर्वभावेन भारत तत्प्रसादात् परां शान्तिं स्थानं प्राप्स्यसि शाश्वतम्. Surrender exclusively unto Him with your whole being, O Bharata. By His grace you will attain perfect peace and the eternal abode. There may be so many slokas, some of them I have identified and given. All of us can go through and bring out more and more slokas. And these slokas we will go through in detail later. So these are some of the slokas identified and brought out in the vision. Still some more articles are there. We will continue tomorrow. Already it is late. So what is the gist of it is control of the mind, control of the senses, then moderation, equanimity, yes, moderation in all that. So all disciplines need to be practiced. Then only peace will be felt. Then mind, see, the idea is mind should become calm, quiet, one-pointed. Then it will rest in its own source. Then peace will be felt. We will be able to experience the peace within us. So let us pray to the Almighty who is seated in all of us to bless us all, to have His grace. Whatever we do, said and done, but it is not possible for us. We try, make us do, go through the sadhana. At the same time, kindly make us aware of your grace. You are pouring your grace, but we are not aware because of the impurities of the mind. So kindly help us This is our humble prayer at His lotus feet. With this we conclude today, and tomorrow we'll continue. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om. Pranams to you all. Hari Om.